I'm not sure if this is the right expression. Einstein as a Zionist, hot and cold periods of his Zionism. Just a little bit of a background as to that.
So what's interesting is Einstein's Zionism is like Einstein's everything else. He has his own version. So the people around Chaim Weizmann made use of Einstein for Zionist causes. But in letters they've exchanged, they say, you know, Einstein's no Zionist. And in a sense, he wasn't. And in a sense, he was. What does that mean? So Einstein, again, thinks nationalism is a sickness. Einstein does not believe there should be a Jewish nation, right? He thought that if you turned Palestine into a Jewish state, any state gives rise to nationalism, which will corrupt the Jewish soul. He and Martin Buber actually were dear friends, and their views on this were the same. They thought, you know, there has to be what we would now think of as a two-state solution, that there ought to be a safe haven in Palestine for Jews who would have to flee from anti-Semitism. He said, there is anti-Semitism everywhere, and we need a place where Jews can go to let it cool down. And in this place, what he really believed in was Hebrew University. That was his dream. Not a state, a university. Because he saw in Europe, European Jews had internalized the anti-Semitism into self-loathing. He saw his friends think of themselves as less than because they were Jewish and want to convert and be authentic, real Germans. And he thought, this is a sickness of the Jewish soul. We need to cure this sickness. And what he thought the cure would be in Palestine to create this university, a Jewish university with the greatest Jewish scholars from all over the world. And they formed a committee. It was Einstein, Freud, Weizmann, who would pick the smartest Jews anywhere, bring them all together. And then what would happen would be they'd come up with these great discoveries. In the arts, they would create these great works. In the humanities, they would create wisdom. And Jews all over the world could point to the Hebrew University and say, we did that. We are valuable. And so for Einstein, it wasn't the Jewish state, but the Jewish university in a neutral state that was his picture. And so because he was anti-nationalistic, he wasn't an orthodox Zionist. He was his own sort of thing.